Holy cow. The new era of lightweight champion post Khabib will officially begin with this meat event. Lightweight title fight. We got Charles Bronx Oliveira taking on Michael Chandler. Real quick, if you're new here, he's Meat. I'm Boy. We appreciate you guys slab stacking out there with Meat Boy MMA. Break that subscribe button if you're new because we're trying to hit 400 slabs by the end of the month. So if you're looking for juicy locks and laughs, just keep grilling and chilling with the boys. But in this one, minus 135 is Bronx, and he's taking on the plus 115 Michael Chandler, who finds himself again as an underdog, just like he did in his UFC debut against Dan Hooker. But Michael Chandler, obviously not a dude who will ever be influenced by Vegas, right? I would say that that was the greatest UFC debut of all time when he came in and absolutely just flatlined Dan Hooker in a fight where I remember Tapology, something like 65% was rolling with Dan Hooker, and Vegas was as well. So that was just an insanely impressive first round KO debut for Michael Chandler. And, the fire he spit on the mic afterwards, and the fact that he was a backup fighter for the 155 title fight before that. I mean, he's just a dude who's been doing everything right. And I've seen, some people are hating on, him getting this title fight, but I mean, this is a dude who is saying yes to things when a lot of guys wouldn't. So I think he's 100% deserving of this immediate slot. He was the former champ in Bellator before that and is doing everything right in the UFC so far. So it's going to be fascinating to see how he fares against Charles Bronx Oliveira in this one. Uh, Bronx, I mean, he's got that nice 8-fight win streak, and it seems like he's getting better and better in every single one of those 8 fights. And it seems like none of those fights have even been close, right? Bronx is just going out there and absolutely smashing fools. And most recently, he smashed Tony Ferguson in a main event fight that wasn't even close. And before that, he beat the brakes off of Kevin Lee and just locked in a beautiful submission finish in that one. So many amazing things from Bronx Oliveira, and this is a guy, right? Most submission wins in UFC history, and he's a guy who's been in the UFC for a long time, despite only being 31 years old. So a wealth of experience at such a young age for Oliveira. I'm just insanely stoked for this meat event. It's Oliveira Bronx taking on Michael Chandler. Who are you going with in this one?
Yeah, this is an amazing fight. It is not a Do Bronx versus Khabib, but I would say this is the runner up or very close. Very exciting. I mean, you got Iron Mike versus Do Bronx Oliveira. Man, what a fight. So hard to pick. I mean, it's really hard to go against a guy that absolutely starches a killer like Dan Hooker in 10 seconds or the first minute of the first round, the way he did for his debut just kind of shows the power he does have. So not surprised you see Tapology 49% majority KO. And I'm gonna have to disagree with all that. I don't think that he is going to get a KO. I could see why everyone's going with that because they go, if he starts Dan Hooker, who's a monster, he's gonna starch Do Bronx. But I think people they still sleep on him kind of. I mean the odds makers aren't, but I think that Charles is going to get it done. And I do kind of like that majority with Charles, 51% is going with the submission. I do like that because I think if it hits the ground, I tend to lean Charles is going to have the advantage. I think Chandler might have the muscle and strength, but I think people are going to be surprised that Charles is just as strong and be able to hold his own. And he's going to nonstop put pressure on. And I'm not gonna lie, I would not be surprised if Michael Chandler gasses because I could see him going for a depletion full out. He's gonna try to knock him out, get it done quick, and Charles is just gonna be the Terminator, eating it all or dodging it all, and just goes gas tank full pressure Kevin Lee style and destroys Kevin like how he destroyed Kevin Lee. I could see an outcome like that happening. Not saying Michael Chandler's ever had problem with his cardio. He is a savage and he's got a crazy great background, great cardio. But sometimes you deplete quick, and I could see something like that happening as a one-off. But either way, I still think Charles is going to get it done.
Yeah, great analysis there. And yeah, you mentioned Michael Chandler. He hasn't really seen, we haven't seen him have much cardio issues in the past, but if he does ultimately in those maybe late third or championship rounds, start to fade against a guy like Charles Oliveira, who just is going to be mixing it up so well, right? You never know what Bronx is going to be throwing, whether he's going to, try and keep things on the feet with his crisp stand up or he's threatening with takedowns and just that amazingly just strong submission game. He's got everything. He's got the complete toolbox. So going to be interesting to see how Michael Chandler deals with that. You mentioned you think it could be a submission victory for Drew Bronx. Michael Chandler, believe it or not, he's never been submitted in his MMA career, so he doesn't obviously have the BJJ chops that Drew Bronx has. But you see Drew Bronx having just that insane of a BJJ level to be able to submit Michael Chandler, who's never been put out with a hold before.
Yeah, I think if it hits the ground, I truly think Dubronx is going to have the advantage all around. I hope it hits the ground because I would really like to see that. But I wouldn't be surprised if this just stays on the feet, to be honest. It seems that Michael Chandler is very comfortable wherever it goes, and I think he's comfortable unless he gets put into danger, which I think that's where Charles is going to catch him slipping with one of those takedowns and throws a guillotine maybe when he's hurt or gassed, perhaps. So I could see that happening. I don't think Michael Chandler's gone versus a grappler like Charles. I mean, we've just been seeing Charles do clinics on the highest level of grapplers like Tony Ferguson and all these other fighters. It's just absolutely stunning to see how well this guy has improved. I'm very bullish on him. Now, if Michael Chandler comes in, stars and stripes, and just knocks Dude Bronx back to Brazil, I am sold on the Michael Chandler hype train, and I will never speak of him losing again. But until that happens, I just don't think he is the new champ.
Yeah, I feel you. I mean, it's tough to pick against Dubronx Oliveira. I mean, the guy is just continuously getting better and, dominating the highest level of opponents for sure. And I'm looking over at Tapology, and this is the closest Tapology number I've ever seen, 51%. It's essentially 50-50, a coin flip. 51% going with Dubronx, 49% go with Michael Chandler. And you mentioned all of that Brown for MC. They think that if Chandler does get this one done, it's going to be by a KO or TKO finish, which would be just phenomenal and just amazing to see. I mean, the way you put out Dan Hooker, if he did that same thing to do Bronx Oliveira, like you said, you got to stop doubting the dude, right? That's just two impressive ferns in his cap for sure if he's able to do that. And one thing I like about Michael Chandler is, oftentimes you see those bigger, more muscle shark type guys as not being the fastest, but he's a dude who has that rare combination of both quickness and power, right? So he's lightning fast, but he hits like a Mack truck. So if he's able to connect with Du Bronx, then I think the Sanford MMA product might be able to hurt Du Bronx a little bit in this one. And one thing that I also wanted to mention was early in his career, Du Bronx was known to kind of fade in the big fights. I remember he had a main event fight against Max Holloway, and the fight lasted all of something like 90 seconds or something. It was over before it began, and after that, he had some main card opportunities that he ultimately dropped. Fights that a lot of people thought he would win, and although recently, he's been able to win in main event slots and kind of rectify that curse of his or that he had early on in his career. Um, I think in this one that the moment is going to be too big for Dubronx Oliveira. I see him fading against a guy like Michael Chandler, who is coming here with an insane belief in himself, extreme ownership to the absolute max, and I believe in the hype. I'm a sucker for the good story, and I see Michael Chandler finding a way to get this one done over Charlie Olives, who I think is going to end up choking in this one. So nonetheless, I'm absolutely beyond thrilled for this one. It's nice to have some closure with this 155 division, and we're finally going to get a new champ, and then just plenty of fun matchups to make after that. So I'm going with Chandler. You got Charlie Olives. Any last thoughts on this main event, mate?
No, this is an absolute meat slapper for the boys. Stacked card. No meat lock. These are all such hard picks. They're absolute
Man.
pick'ems. It would be dumb to bet against the majority of these fights because they are just too darn close. Um, but yeah, I mean, other than that, I mean, I hope you guys check out all the other videos, see our breakdowns, and let us know if you agree, disagree, who you guys got, how you got it done. Is Oliveira getting it done, do Bronx, or is Iron Michael Chandler gonna starch him like he did to Hooker? Let us know in the comments what you think, and make sure to subscribe.